Good morning, Porch Time with Jesus. Today in my reading, it was very interesting on the broken way. It basically, the only way to care for the disadvantaged is to disadvantage yourself, which is guaranteed to turn out to your advantage. Estelle from The Broken Way, Anne Voskamp, goes on to say, and I found this true in my life, the only way to love God is to give to people. The only way to serve God is to serve people. The only way to woo God is to care for the wounds of people. And the only way to woo God is to let Him care for your wounds and give Him your broken-hearted need. I mean, that is just so true. I know many of you have had great loss, as have I. My beautiful, beautiful firstborn son going back home to heaven, and I'm so happy for him. It's just the hole that's left behind. But God showed me to open my heart to let new love in. So hopefully we'll be adopting. We're a team. We're working on that. But I wanted to read, there was another really important word. Maybe the only way to care for your wounds is to woo God, pressing your broken wounds into His and finding that in Him and you, you're touching the broken wounds of all the other wounded and entering the joy of Him. Intimate communication, koinonia, with Him. We can be brokers of healing exactly where we have known the most brokenness. So stay weak and dependent. This is how you stay strong in God. Yes, it takes time into my 60s to learn that, actually my 50s I learned that I just have to get out of the way. No matter how hard I try to control, it just doesn't work out. But when I give it to God and go to Him, He's there. He has plenty. And when I look at the difficulties in life and realize that this is a chance to serve His people, that helps bring the joy back into the sorrow, and the sorrow connect to God, because God lost His son too temporarily. So I pray for you all, my friends, that have lost children or loved ones. I pray for your peace. I pray for God to shine the light in your brokenness and joy to come, and that you may share that light with others with the same wounds. Also, my face, the Lord said, is shining on you, beloved. Take time to linger in my joyous light and seek to know me as I truly am. I am always near you, closer than the air you are breathing. I just love that. Trust that I am with you regardless of what you're experiencing. It's funny because a month before Johnny went to heaven and he died suddenly, we had no idea, but God did come to me. We recorded a song together, me, John, and my other son, Josh. And it was like, I can feel you in the air I breathe. It's incredible. It's like been prayer to me, to help heal my heart after he went to heaven. And I know some people are like, why are you smiling? How can you do this so soon? But, I have to confess, I had a breakdown, 10, 11 years ago when a friend of mine died and went to heaven. And I wasn't sure, what anxiety was, but I definitely had it then. I didn't know. And I was looking outside for the answers and going from this doctor to that doctor and getting worse. Nothing was happening. I wasn't feeling well. Finally, I felt God say, impress, get alone with me. And I spent 3 years with my Lord. And it may have looked difficult on the outside to my family and my children, but that time with God changed my life. I know I've always loved Him, but I fell in love with Him personally. He is so, so, so real. And He showed me the way. he answered all my questions by just being alone with him. And sometimes he used someone that called and they had no idea what they were saying, but it was an answer to my prayer and questions to God. And then, whether anyone wants to believe it or not, November 18th, was it 2016? Or was it November 16th, 2018? That was then. God took me to heaven. I had a glimpse. The unconditional love was like nothing I can explain here. I don't talk about it much, but I did start coming back. I was an analyst and a financial consultant, but I came back writing, just children's stories kept coming, and painting. And, I'm no fancy theologian, and the only thing I was shown and told was to tell everyone how much I love them. And then in the meantime, I was shown that preparations getting ready for my dad. Now, my dad wasn't supposed to go to heaven. He was fine. And everyone's so excited and happy. And that was kind of a gift I got. And I came back, I was completely healed. And I woke up, I told Steve that my father's going to go to heaven. I have to call him. And he's like, oh, that was a dream. Forget it. But I called my dad and I said, I love you and I'm proud of you. And he said, I love you and I'm proud of you too. I'm going to go have a ham and cheese and take a nap. And he went to heaven. And I got the pleasure of knowing that he was going to, be greeted with all that love. Like there's nothing on earth here that can compare to that love. And so if your child was distressed and hurt and committed suicide, I don't care. The love that they are surrounded in is like nothing you can imagine. And Christ his love, his sacrifice for us is perfect. It's just perfect. So I realized that being here, I want to grow my light, not for ego's sake, because that is where God can't get through, but that I can do more work for him when I go to heaven too. So like to have my loved one in heaven and praying for me daily, I feel that when I'm doing my good work, I feel Jesus, I feel my son. So, and I know a lot of people didn't have that experience, and my heart goes out to you. And that's why I'm sharing that, because it may seem like, oh, she's gotten through it so quick, but it was years of the Lord working with me and preparing me. And losing my father like that, which was amazing. And then my brother, which was another miracle. I was working with special needs kids, didn't have a second to myself. And that day they were all quiet, at lunch quiet. And I started writing a poem. And I came home and Steve said, your brother just died suddenly. And I ran out to my prayer chair, opened my poem, and I'm like, oh, he's fine. God had let me know that he's got him and everything. I had written that not knowing what had happened. So God has been so, so, so good. Even Johnny, before he went Saturday, God came to me in my prayer time and impressed me that his guardian angel is Gabriel. And I told him that Monday, and he's like, Mom, he's amazing. He's huge. He's an archangel. And the next day he goes suddenly. And it was funny because my daughter-in-law had called and said, Johnny's dying. And he had collapsed, and he had been coded for 35 minutes. And I began to do my Lazarus prayer. And he took a breath. And then God came to me and said, we need him here. He can do more on this side, and he is with you always. And so I said, oh, okay. And he went again. And I got to hold his little lifeless body for 4 hours and sing the song I sang to him when he came in the world. I LOVEYOU. You're all of my dreams coming true. From your cute little nose to the tip of your toes. I LOVEYOU. Heaven has given to me the loveliest gift that can be. And I cherish each night that I'm holding you tight to the I love you lullaby. So I understand, and I am telling you, you can have beauty for ashes. He is so good. So get along with him and let him touch your wounds so you can touch others' wounds and help heal them and feel the sorrow and the love of the Lord. I love you all. My prayer, Lord, today, bless everyone watching, Jesus. Comfort them, heal their wounds so they can be healing to others, Lord. Show them that you're there and with them, Lord, and show them signs and wonders and visions and dreams that their loved ones are there praying for them daily. And that when they're doing good, their loved ones are right there with them. I pray this for all. Touch them with your joy of the Lord. In Jesus' mighty name, amen. Have a blessed day.